Hey, this is Mike from Feedline Labs. I'm going to try to make a video a day. There's just so much information to cover. But now that we have a lot of AirPulse devices running, some of the people that are running AirPulse devices will notice that there are not a lot of repeaters in their area on the map yet. So how do we add repeaters to the map? Let's go over that because there's some do's and don'ts really, and this will really help you out a lot. Let's say that we're going to, well, first of all, these purple areas, these are actual areas that contain repeaters that AirPulse devices have reported as transmitting live right now. So let's zoom in a little bit. You can see that they're blinking. There's actually a surprising amount of repeaters being detected. So let's say we're going to add one in Nashville. Okay, we're going to drill in here. There's only two. Nashville's a monster town. It's really grown if you've been there lately. Before you add, well, a lot of people do, and I find these in the submissions when I'm reviewing, is they add a repeater and it's exact duplicate of a repeater that's already on the map. Why is that? Well, they go look and they don't find their repeater. So they go in and just key it in, right, as if it doesn't exist. The problem is it does exist. It's just in the wrong lat long. So what I would do is take the call sign, and let's do mine first. Whiskey Niner, Alpha Lima Bravo. Okay, notice it zoomed right in. It's sitting in the middle of a airfield, which is ridiculous, but this is the one I use for testing and demoing and stuff like that. You notice there's just the hourglass here and there's no numbers or anything. That just means it found just this one repeater. Let's try this. I think it's AAE3. Now watch when I hit enter. Oh no, hold on, I got to figure out what it was. Let me pull this up. AA3E. Okay, I don't know if you saw that. Hopefully you didn't. Let's try that. I switched to my other thing. AA3E. There we go. So now, notice that it has a number 1 there. That's telling you that it found more than one. So some people will do a search and they'll look at the first one and go, nope, that's not my guy. Because let's pull the properties up. That's not my guy because his, output frequency over here is not the one I'm looking for. But they don't notice this number 1 here. Now, if I hit the arrow, notice it's moving around. See the output? Now it's a, what is it? It's a 2-meter repeater. Same call sign. Let's hit it again. We're now at number 3. Now we're back to a 70-centimeter one. We're at the 4th one, right? And when you see it hit 1, it's wrapping around. So there are 4 repeaters out there with the same call sign, and that's normal. So always look through your call sign first before you add. That saves you a lot of pain because you're going to key in a repeater that's not going to be saved because it's going to, if you match enough fields like the call sign, the output frequency, the offset, the tone, all that, we know it's a dupe and we don't save it. So let's go back to our scenario. We're going to go over here to, if I can find it, Nashville, Tennessee. Cool. So here we are. There should be a lot more repeaters here, and we'll be adding those. We have a user in this area, and we're going to populate that, help him populate that. So you use the right mouse button. You can drill in really detailed here, right? Let's say it's right in this area, this little notch right here. I'm going to right mouse. I can say add a repeater for Australia, Canada, South Africa, United States, United Kingdom. Well, obviously we're in the United States. We're going to choose that. Let's switch to the mapping tab. When I right mouse and said add repeater, it knew the lat long obviously from the map. It filled that in for me. I always check precise right away because I know where that repeater is. I drilled into it, I'm adding it. Now from that lat long, it pulls from our data, the cities, starting with the closest to the furthest away. So that one's 5 miles. Now I'm out 45 miles. It could be really rural and there might not be a town that close. But I'm in Nashville. You notice there's all these little cities, Bellevue, Ashland. These are all little boroughs basically in Nashville, but I want Nashville itself. I'm going to put Nashville. There it shows Nashville, Tennessee. It's in Davidson County. Now the above ground level. You can switch between feet and meters, whatever you're used to. I think we set it automatically. So if you're in the United States, it comes up in imperial or feet. If you're in any other country, it comes up in meters. But this isn't. I'm going to change this default. In meters, or let's do feet, because I can't even think in meters because I'm used to the imperial system. I'm going to put 50 feet. If you don't know the antenna height of a repeater, don't put in some low value. Put in 50 feet. That's a good round number. It's probably closer to the truth than some low number. It could be much higher. Some of them are 1,000 feet, but unless you know, at least put that in. You don't click precise because you're guessing here. One more thing about the above ground level. It is not elevation. It's not above sea level. This is just when it's sitting on the ground, how tall is it from the ground to the top of the repeater. The moment you save this repeater, our back end is going to call out to our elevation API and get the elevation based on that lat long and store it in. I see I can't scroll right now because this is modal, but I'll show you in the properties over here. So let's go to the information tab. So that's basically it for this tab, by the way. Let's go to information. It's operational, meaning it's working, it's open. In the US, you have this concept of coordinated. It's, gone through the state frequency coordination. ARES and RACES are sort of emergency rescue safety, sort of half government, half private entities. I hope I got that right. Skywarn's weather related. Create date update comes from the server. So that's done too. Let's go to the radio now. Let's see, I'm going to do 444.200. Okay. As soon as I tab off, watch what happens. It shows the duplex. It knows the standard is this, 5 megahertz. It did the math and calculated the input frequency. It knows that that's a 70 centimeter band. Now you don't have to use that. It could be different. That's just the default. Let's say it's plus, right? And it's 3. You might find some weird combinations sometimes. And now look at the difference there. How that, whoop, that was 3. That should have been 3.00. That was ridiculous. Okay, so now I've got that information filled out. Let's say the tone mode is T-SQL. It's 100 up and 103.5 down. I wish every repeater had a down tone because it makes it very easy to determine which repeater is transmitting, right? So we transmit up with this tone. It would be great if it transmitted out with that tone. Maybe that's something we can get done in the future. And this is for digital, right? Digital's got the same kind of system, but they're different numbers and stuff like that. If you're digital, you know what that means. So that's pretty much it. Let me go ahead and hit submit. And I did that on purpose. The call sign, I'm going to put Whiskey 9 or Alpha Lima Bravo. I'm not going to save that because let me tab off. Watch what it says. See, please verify that one of these repeaters isn't in the repeater in question, because here's what I've just keyed in. It's telling me that this exists out there on the map. So it's just warning me, hey, there's a repeater with this same call sign out there. Make sure you're not entering a duplicate. I'm not going to save this right now because I'm on the live map and I don't want to save a junk record to the map. I think that's about everything. Oh, there is a help video down here that you can watch. This video I'm making now will become that video because that video is a little bit out of date. So that's pretty much everything. Let me go ahead and cancel that. And I just wanted to show you down here. Here you go. Notice the elevation is 364 and the above ground level is 150 feet. So when we're doing Fresnel zone charts, this is the elevation, 364 plus 150 to the top of the tower. So elevation is always calculated for you. You're only entering the above ground level, and that is from ground to top of the antenna. So anyway, that's pretty much it. Oh, I didn't show you the other thing real quick. If you do make a mistake and you need to edit, you open up the properties. That's up here with the blue button. And let's scroll to the top. There's a little pencil icon over here. Click that. It'll pull this up. It's the same exact dialog you were just using. It's just all filled in for you. You could change like the lat long. Oh, the one thing you can do is their linked networks. I could say, hey, this guy is a member of, boy, people have been added him. Look at this. SARnet, right? This is a big one we have in Florida. This is a SARnet repeater, and that'll add that to that link system and things like that. I'm not going to save this information. Mapping, yeah, so you can change anything in here unless it's owned. I think my repeater might be owned. Let's go look at it. Whiskey 9 Alpha Lima Bravo. Yep. You see it says down here, this last button, you own this repeater. Now what you would see, because you're not me, I own it, you would see already claimed. That means you cannot change the values of this repeater. A repeater owner can come up here and claim his repeater, and then he's in sole control of that, which is how it should be. And then he actually has a repeater owner dashboard. So as a repeater owner, they have a different dashboard than even the AirPulse dashboard. There's just so much stuff up here to cover. Anyway, I hope you got a lot out of that. One other thing too. Let's click Add. I wanted to show you this real quick. Notice at the bottom it says only submit data you are authorized to share. Do not copy from websites or databases that claim ownership or restrict use of their listings. One of those is Repeater Book. Otherwise, this whole map would be populated instantly. But we asked them originally, and they said, no, you cannot use our data. So we're honoring that. Don't take information from Repeater Book. Anyway, so that makes it more difficult, but go to club sites and this is probably the main. There are also listings all over and stuff like that. And even for the UK, like if I go to the UK, hold on, let's zoom out. Yeah, look at that. I love seeing all those things being reported. Hey, look at that. We even have UK AirPulse devices reporting. Notice the UK is totally populated. It's pretty amazing. When I reached out to them, to their main group, they said, sure, go ahead. This is what this data is for. I wish the US was like that. I think South Africa is going to turn out to be like that. They're here, down here. We have some repeaters down there. I think we'll be populating that whole country very quickly. And we have Australia, a couple repeaters down there that we support. We're looking at hopefully setting something up with somebody that has all that information. It's not Repeater Book, it's somebody else, to try to get an instant listing and get that populated as well. But anyway, that's it in a nutshell. I hope you got out of that. So adding repeaters should be a little easier for you now. Thank you.